But before we get to the passive income, we got to know how to make the content. So right now you are on the
Good day in my mind, safe to take a step out. Get some air now, let your edge out. Touch some ice.
mentees, welcome in. I hope you're enjoying the Content Creator Academy. I built this just for you guys to be able to come in here, enjoy, as well as learn, grow, and make some passive income, girl. Because this is what it's all about, right? But before we get to the passive income, we got to know how to make the content. So right now you are on the module where you're growing and you're getting a little bit clarity to your audience, right? And how to stop and scroll. You don't want people to stop and keep scrolling, right? You want them to completely stop. So one of the ways that you guys can do that, and one of the things that are on the classroom, is grabbing attention fast, building a real conversation, true views to impact your audience. So you want to make sure that you're grabbing their attention. You want to make sure that they're staying. You want to make sure that they're able to engage, because that's what moves things on TikTok. You want to make sure that you have people engaging, watching videos all the way through. That is the biggest thing that you want to do, but also building trust with your audience so they know that they can come back and get the information that they need from you, okay? Another thing that we're talking about is the physiology of attention, right? Why people scroll past and what makes them stop. How to tap into curiosity, emotional, urgent, and grabbing attention fast. Understanding how the algorithm favors watch time, engagement, and reflection. So you want to make sure that when you guys are doing your content, you are having them engage with your content, but it's the watch time that matters. And I'm gonna teach you how to make sure that you complete your watch time every single time that you do a video. Now, one of the ways that you could do that is doing a call to action. If you don't do a call to action in your videos, people won't know to stay to end of your videos. So you want to let them know, like, hey, I got something for you. Make sure you stay to the end of the video, because that's where my biggest tip that I'm going to drop. That's letting them know right then and there that towards the end of the video is where the big information is from, right? So they're like, oh, I'm going to stay. So that's kind of helping them watch the video all the way through. You want to give people a kind of a reason why they're staying to the end of the video, because sometimes, not to no shade nobody, but sometimes content be boring, so people don't want to watch all the way through. So this is why I tell you guys, the first 3 seconds need to be hot. Through the process to it, you want to make sure that they're getting the information that they need, as well as they're like, oh, this is some valuable information. Let me make sure I can hit them with a follow. Y'all don't understand the 3 steps. Engagement, you hook them, they engage with you, and then they'll follow you, but you have to give them some type of value, okay? So hooks, we talked about hooks, the 3-second hooks, short forms, success. You want to make sure that sometimes videos don't always have to be a minute, especially if you're not in a creative rewards program, but you want to make sure that they're at least 30 to 60 seconds where they're able to complete that watch hour time, as well as getting the information they need, okay? Viral techniques that work. So if something's viral right now, or they're talking about something that's dope on TikTok, talk about it. So right now, for example, say that they were saying they're going to shut down Teslas, right? That's some content, girl. Talk about that. I tell you guys all the time to stay in your niche, but if something's a trending topic, it's always good to hop on them trending topics, because they always bring some type of engagement to your videos, okay? Um, let's see, aligning scrolls, stop content with brands. How to make content that grabs attention and staying on brands. Way to use content pillars to guide your video ideas. Why is it important to create both high reaching content and high connection content? So you want to make sure that you're reaching really high with that and making sure that it's staying in alignment. It kind of just a little bit what we talked about earlier. By the end of this lesson, you're going to know how to create videos and hooks, structure and content, viral content, aligning your scroll stop content with your message and brand, and building content that works together, not randomly, okay? And this is really important, because this really teaches you guys how to grow on this platform, and really how to set your tone for your platform, set your tone for your lives, set your tone for your content and your audience, so they understand a clear message on what you're talking about, what you're bringing to the table, how you're solving that problem, and how you're dealing with your pain points, okay? That is the biggest thing. Down at this class right here, you are going to, now at this point, you're probably at the end of this lesson. You have 3 things that are in there. You have your hooks that's in there. You have 2 things that are hooks, and you also have a worksheet. So please complete your worksheet, because this is a class. So I want to make sure that you guys understand how to complete it and do with the things that you need to do. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys later. See you on the next module.